Welcome to the Podketeers podcast, episode 206. This week, AJ is back to tell us about her experience watching Beauty and the Beast in concert at the Hollywood Bowl. Special thanks goes out to FGP Squad member Albert, who also attended the Beauty and the Beast show and sent us a review that you'll hear in this episode. We also talk about checking out the Jedi Training Academy with our kids, and Edna Mode is coming to the parks, but there was a similarity that was brought up in the episode that we couldn't unsee. So we're going to talk about that. Monorail Red is back, and we predicted nothing. It was nothing like we anticipated, but we're happy that it's back. More info on things that we talk about in this episode are available now at podketeers.com/206. You can also find us on Instagram, Twitter, and on Facebook. Just search for Podketeers. All of our personal links can be found at podketeers.com/team. And on YouTube, we're at youtube.com/podketeers and youtube.com/Disney42. That's FOR2. Head on over to check out our videos, and if you haven't yet done so, we'd love it if you took a moment to subscribe. Just remember to ring that little bell icon so that YouTube alerts you when new videos are posted. That's a YouTube thing. That's not an us thing. It's a weird YouTube thing. Trust me. I don't know why I was whispering. It just felt like I had to whisper that to you. Speaking of YouTube, this week we posted a video of Captain Phasma marching around Tomorrowland with the First Order Stormtroopers, if you guys want to check that out. If you shop on Amazon, we have a great way to help the podcast the next time you order something, simply by going to podketeers.com/Amazon and clicking on the big old button that you see on that page. Doing so will take you to Amazon using our special link, and anything that you buy during that trip may earn us a small commission from your purchase. It's a great way to support the podcast with only a few extra clicks, and to everyone that's using our link, thank you very much for your support. Also, in case you didn't know, this episode of Podketeers is made possible by the generosity of listeners just like you. We like to call those listeners our podcast Fairy Godparents, but they like to call themselves the FGP Squad. If you would like to become a Fairy Godparent of our podcast, you can find out more information by going to podketeers.com/FGP. You can give as little or as much as you want monthly, but if you sign up for a contribution of at least $5 per month, you will also get the exclusive Fairy Godparent button as a thank you for your support. Also, a huge shout out goes out to the newest member of the FGP Squad, Latasha. Thank you so much for your support, Latasha. We really appreciate it. Thank you all for taking a little bit of time to hang out with us today. This is episode 206 of Podketeers. This is our podcast. We're a group of friends that loves Disney, technology, art, food, and more. This is Podketeers. Life.
Yeah, I can't top that.
That is from the upcoming Podketeers the Musical, which will be performing at the Hollywood Bowl in 2024.
Wow. It's a long time.
Well, I mean, we want to make sure that we get it right.
It better be good.
Because if Hazen starts singing, he's going to be all parts.
Word.
The movie
That's
will
fine
be
with
played
me.
all by
One-man
Hazen.
show.
Written
Hazen,
and
it's my turn
directed
to sing?
by
No, I got
Lin-Manuel
this.
Miranda. So keep an eye out for that. How you guys doing?
We're good.
Good.
We're good.
AJ, welcome back.
Thank you.
I know you've had a couple
Yay.
busy weeks, and it's been difficult for you to hop on, so we're happy to have you back.
Yeah. Thank you. Good to be back.
We are Gavin-less again. Gavin, I don't know if you guys are following Gavin on social media. If you guys aren't following him, you should be. He has announced that he is officially moving out to California to be closer to all of us.
Yep. Moving to the best coast.
That's right.
And the west coast.
Because he said he was tired of 14-degree weather in Oklahoma. He says that he wanted to be in the super heat of 65 degrees of California.
That's all right. Just wait until he experiences summer.
Oh, yeah.
100 degrees plus.
He'll be running back. I think he'll be okay. I think he's lived in places that have been that hot. I don't think it's the heat that's going to get him. I think it's going to be the humidity that's going to make him run for the hills. But we'll see. We'll see.
It's nothing like Florida, so he can't complain.
Oh, that's true. It's really bad over there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible.
It feels good.
You could chew on it.
All I know is that when I finally go to Florida, I want to make sure VJ's with me because I don't want it to start raining.
Yeah. BJ's the good luck charm for sure.
He's like the anti-rain idol.
We say that now, but watch our next trip.
We'll see. We'll test that theory out in November again.
Yeah.
You're going to have to find the equivalent of Floridian Menahune so they can help with that. So there was a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. One, AJ, I know you went to the Hollywood Bowl performance of Beauty and the Beast, right?
Yes, on Saturday night.
Sweet. So I wanted to talk about that because our fairy godparent Albert also went to the performance. This weekend was a really long weekend. We ended up having family over from Arizona, and they hadn't been to Disneyland since 2005. Since 2005.
The
That's what I
50th.
said. I was like, gasp, right?
Yeah.
That is the 50th, huh? Yeah. Wow.
Late free.
Sorry. I'm like Drax. Nothing gets past me.
Yeah.
So it was really important to try to give them like a really great experience, right? So we were in the park pretty much about, I want to say an hour or so after rope drop, and we stayed until they kicked us out the place. So it was great. There was
So
a
you
couple of
closed it
things
down?
we did. We closed down, man.
You got
Trying
swept?
to get, oh, dude, it was great. I hadn't done that in a really long time. My feet hate me right now. Like, no joke.
bet.
My watch said we walked a little over 9 miles the entire day.
That's it?
There was a lot of standing because it was
okay.
super packed. Nothing was under 70 minutes. Some of the attractions got up to 120 minutes wait time. We had Max Pass, but they didn't. So for a lot of the stuff, we ended up having to wait.
Couldn't they just have added it just for the day?
They didn't want to pay the extra $30 for it. I mean, we were able to get general fast passes for them for most of the attractions. And so a lot of it, there was a few things that we couldn't do while we were there. So they were okay with waiting for some of the stuff.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
One of the things that we ended up doing, which we hadn't done, was the Jedi Training Academy. And, you know, I've seen this happen. I've seen people post about it. But one of our kids wasn't tall enough to do it because there is a height requirement. And a couple of things that I learned about it. One, if you want to sign up for the Jedi Training Academy, you go over to the Star
Launch
Wars
bay?
launch bay, and off by where the restrooms are in that little corner is where the sign up sheet is. And generally, when you sign up, you show up about half an hour before, and they give the kids robes. They give them a quick little training. They have a photographer there to take photos of all of them with their lightsabers and their robes, which was super cool. So if you want to concentrate on just recording it, you know, getting a video, there is a Disneyland photographer there. And it's not like the general PhotoPass thing where they give you like a card or they scan your AP. What they do is they have a little slip of paper with the time that your kids did the training academy and just like a lot number. And so what you do is you take that to the camera shop. They look through all of the photos that they took during that session, and you have to sit there and pick out all of the photos that your kid or kids were in. They put it onto a card, and then they can put it onto your PhotoPass.
Oh,
So
wow.
kind of, it's a little bit of a sloppy process, but I think because there's so many children and they want to get through as many with the training and get through just kind of giving them the ropes so that they don't beat each other up with the lightsabers, it's a good time-saving way of doing it, right? So for this purpose, I thought it was fairly streamlined, with the exception of having to sit there and look through 80 pictures to pick out my kids. The entire show was about half an hour. they both had a chance to either fight, all three of them, because our niece was also in the show. They all had a chance to fight either Kylo Ren or Darth Vader. Man, I don't normally get like emotional watching these shows, but it was a little emotional watching all of the kids really truly believe that they are Jedi Knights, right? Like they're all into it. They're like, no, get out of my head. And they're like screaming all these things at Kylo and Darth Vader. So it was really entertaining watching it. Emotion-wise, it wasn't as bad as, believe it or not, I sat down to also watch Mickey and the Magical Map after that show because they hadn't seen it. So we sat down, watched the entire show. Talk about the feels just kind of running through your face.
It's an awesome show.
I know.
Wait.
So good.
Time out. Sorry, I had to Zach Morris that moment right there.
Yeah.
Have you never seen Mickey and the Magical Map?
I had seen it before, but I hadn't really paid all that much attention to it. Like, I remember sitting there and kind of being on my phone. And then we showed up late.
Why?
Because we showed up late. We showed up after it had already started. And I showed up because there was other people watching it. And so I figured, I'll just watch the next one. But we never went back to watch the whole show again. I just ended up seeing like half of it. And I saw like the second half. But seeing the whole thing all together, I just thought, man, this is a great show. Yeah. Like, now I know what I've been missing out on.
And Tiana will see you all the way in the very back.
Really?
So, yes.
How did she see you all the way in the back?
We all waved at her. That was one time. And the other time we had fans because it was really hot. She came out. We went to church and she saw us and started like waving to us in the back. It was awesome.
So, yeah. I mean, it helps that it's stadium seating, right?
Yeah.
So it's easy for the performers to see, but just the whole, I haven't seen other performances, so I don't know exactly what Stitch does. But in the performance that we saw, I mean, is this standard? I'm sure you guys have seen it multiple times, but does Stitch come out and just kind of sit on the floor and he's just really playful, like looking through the glass and everything? Okay.
Well, it was before when it first came out.
He wasn't in it.
Stitch wasn't in it until like, what, 2 years later?
Yeah.
And then they
Actually, it was after. It was more recently, like a year.
Oh, okay.
He's
yes,
more
you're right.
recent.
Yes.
Didn't it come out during the
right.
60th? Or was it before?
No, it came out 2013.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember that I got tickets through the Disney blog online.
Yeah, it was before.
Yeah, it was 13 or I'm pretty sure it was 13 because I went with Maisha and then we went to the expo, D23 Expo 2013.
Oh, that's right.
And then I met you.
That's right, because we know Jordan, who's one of the dancers for Mickey and the Magical Map. Yeah, so it was before the 60th. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Stitch didn't come out when it debuted.
The opening date was May 25th, 2013. I just looked it up on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
It was a 24-hour day.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I think that's why I got it confused, because the 24-hour day.
Oh, yeah.
And then the 60th, that was one of that 24-hour day was crazy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So is that the only addition from the original version?
And then Mickey changes. He gets a map maker outfit
at the end.
Because before he just had the same
yeah.
was
Sorcerer?
the sorcerer outfit throughout the whole thing.
He would stay in that outfit.
You know what?
Little tweaks here and there, but it's for the most part the same.
Pretty much the same, yeah.
Are you talking about the outfit that looks like it's part of Tiana's number?
At the end,
at the very end.
Oh, okay.
Where it's like that orangey, like
steampunk.
Red.
He looks like he's with the dancers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It looked like he was more a part of the number than anything else. Okay.
Right.
All right. Yeah, that was cool. I liked the outfit. I really like Stitch's part. I think my favorite part of the entire show, though, was when they had Mulan, Punzi, and Pocahontas all kind of singing. Oh my God.
Yes.
Blew me away. So good. So I ended up recording the entire show to post on the YouTube channel. So I think by the time that this episode comes out, actually no, the next video that we're posting is Captain Phasma's March with the First Order in Tomorrowland. So the video for Making the Magical Map, I think, will be next week on the YouTube channel. It'll be there Monday. So if you're not subscribed, make sure that you guys subscribe. YouTube.com/Podketeers. Ring the little bell icon for notifications whenever we post new videos. But yeah, this week, Captain Phasma will be marching on our YouTube channel, so make sure to check that out. So yeah, those were the two things that I did this weekend that were just so fun. It was one of those weekends where I did my best to not to force myself to do a lot of, social media, a lot of vlogging and all that stuff. I didn't take a lot of photos. I was doing my best to kind of be in the moment with the kids. It paid off. I had a lot of fun. I mean, I was really proud of them for hanging on through the entire day because we got up really early. We got home super late. But, I get hangry, and I have my moments. So I'm an adult and I can do my best to control myself. So if a kid was able to kind of get halfway there, I'm super proud of my kids. So well done, boys, even though they're not listening right now.
I kind of feel sorry for your oldest kid.
Why?
Because he had to wait for his younger brother to be tall so he could finally go to the Jedi Training School. He could have gone first and then gone again because he's older.
It's true, he could have, but it was his idea to wait. What? He had a couple of opportunities to do it before that, and he said he didn't want to do it without his little brother.
Wow. Okay.
Well,
I applaud him. If it was me, later.
I'm totally with you, dude. If it was me and Mario, I'd have been like, late, dude. I'm doing this.
I'll let you know how it is. Hey, why don't you subscribe to my vlog and you can find out.
Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, it was a great afternoon. A few shout outs that I want to do before we move on. I was being kind of a pest, and I'll tell you about that in just a moment. So I was being a pest to the cast members that are sitting in the middle of the park, where the time is, and they have like the kiosk with the plaids. I had a little bit of an issue that I needed their help correcting, which was great. I'll tell you about it in a moment. But while I was there, a listener came up to me and said, "Hey man, are you Hazen?" I said, "Yes." I feel super ashamed at myself for not asking him for his name, but he was a very nice gentleman. If he's listening, thank you very much for coming up to me. Quick shout out to you. Send us a message on Instagram, and then I will give you a proper shout out in the next episode. But it was just really nice because one thing that he mentioned to me was that he said that he really liked the new format of the show and that he really enjoyed hearing all of you guys on the podcast. So I just wanted to pass that on. It was really nice to hear.
That's very nice.
You gave him his $5, right?
I did give him his $5.
Okay, cool.
Yes, it worked out perfectly. The other shout out is to hopefully brand new listeners, Lee and Dan. We were waiting for Together Forever, and we were there just kind of playing heads up. They were waiting themselves, and they kind of joined our group. We just all started talking, all started playing. Super cool people. Told them about the podcast, and hopefully as of this episode, they will start listening. Hopefully they like what they hear, and they'll come back for more episodes and start hearing, the archive. From 190 and on is kind of where our new team got established. So if you're interested, go back and start checking out those episodes.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ellen for making that app.
Oh, I know. Seriously.
It's funny, like we've played it in the parks too, and it's weird. Like when you're doing Disney stuff and you're in the line queue, so many people from Walt Disney World to Disneyland, people just around you just start joining in.
Yeah.
They're like, no, oh my God, you got 13. That's really good. You're like,
They're like,
because
hi.
you're in a Disney park, it's okay. But if you were, say, at the mall or something, be like, get away from me. Get away from me.
Right?
Who are you, dude?
Totally.
But when you're in line, it's just like, yeah, everybody play.
2 questions about that. One, what's the highest you guys have ever gotten playing?
I don't remember.
I think AJ's is like 16 or 17.
Whoa,
Wow.
that's awesome.
She's quick.
Not bragging or anything.
It's in one
It's
of
on
our
a video.
vlogs.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's on one of our vlogs where we
Is it the one where you
say
guys play
goodbye
with
to.
Brie?
Yes, we say goodbye
my
to
God.
Aladdin. I think it's that one.
Is it that one?
I'm pretty sure because we're in that
with
line.
Josh and Brie.
And then there's people like BJ was saying, people like randos that we didn't know, just kind of like joining in on the game. It's funny.
We were like,
that's so
do you want to play too? They're like, not
They're like,
against her.
no, it's okay.
What about
That's
you,
funny.
Mel? What's your highest?
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't know.
We're gonna have to
Probably
do
not
what?
16.
We're gonna have to do one together.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a
know.
Podketeers
Yeah.
challenge.
We are. Once
That would
Gavin
be
is out, I think
fun.
it'll be good for all of us to do it. Follow-up question. Do you think it's more important to be the person... We had that kind of mini conversation, and we couldn't come up with a conclusion because they're both equally important.
Yeah, I was gonna say both. Like you have
It's
to
a
know.
partnership
And,
because
Yeah.
the person giving the clues has to know the person well enough to give a clue
Yeah.
that, oh, just one word clue, and then they would get it, you know?
Yeah.
It's a combination of everything.
Yeah, I
because
think so.
some of the stuff I could tell AJ and she'll get right away if it's like something that happened in our vacation.
Yeah.
But her and Bree were actually really good together too. Shout out to our friend Bree.
Yeah.
Like she
She was a
knows how
good
AJ
giver.
thinks too.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome. Yeah, I remember that vlog. You know what? I'm going to post it in the blog post for this episode. So if you guys have not had a chance to see that vlog, go to podketeers.com/206 to watch that video. And if you haven't done so, make sure to hit the subscribe button to the Disney for Two YouTube channel. And again, ring the little bell icon for notifications for whenever they post brand new vlogs. It's, man, I love that game so much. And everybody was impressed because our youngest was playing with us. He was guessing as we were telling him. I think his highest score at one point was 8 or 9.
dang.
Good for him.
I know.
That's dope.
He was blowing us away, and he was getting some really difficult ones too. Like, I think
That's
the most
cool.
difficult that we gave him was Radiator Springs Racers, and he totally knew it.
Really?
So yeah, we were
That's
so
so
impressed
cool.
with him.
Just a quick mention on that vlog though. It may or may not be that vlog that she scores because I know you scored really high before, but I don't know if that's the video that
We don't-
actually does it.
Right, exactly. Like, I don't know
Well-
if it's actually in the vlog where we show my score, but I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Oh, well, if it happens to be a second video, just send me
try-
that
we'll
one,
try to
and
find
and
it.
they'll both be in there. And if not, it's still a fun vlog, so they could still check it out. I like it. I mean, but
Memories.
not that I'm being biased or anything, but I like your vlogs. So before we move on, just a quick story. I don't like to send my food back. I don't know why, but growing up, I was always about, I don't want to waste food. I don't, want to be, the person that throws food away. But in recent past, I've been unhappy with certain things, and I just kind of live with it. I just kind of eat it. And, my friends tell me, I know VJ's told me this before, other people have told me that especially coming from a restaurant standpoint or a service standpoint, if you're paying for food, you should get what you request. It is their job to give you what you ordered and to give it to you in a way where you are going to be happy with it. This last weekend, we ordered popcorn, and the popcorn that we received was very cold, and it just kind of tasted like it had been sitting there for a while. It kind of tasted old. For the most part, I would have just eaten it, but it was at that point where, like that butter oil that they put on
Yeah.
it for the butter flavor. You know how it gets really waxy flavory? Like, that's how it felt. And it just wasn't good anymore. Like, it was at that point where it wasn't stale, but it just felt like it had been sitting there for a while.
Time out real quick. Is this dollar refill or regular?
No, we paid the $4.50 for
$4?
the popcorn.
Okay.
Yeah. So we ended up asking the cast member that was behind the popcorn cart, hey, this popcorn tastes cold. Are you going to be popping any new popcorn anytime soon? And he said, I'm a ways away from popping new one. And I thought, okay, well, that's a weird response.
Yeah, that's
Right.
Is this Luis
so-
again?
No. So I thought that's kind of a weird response, but I left it alone. Right? So I thought, okay, I'm going to try to take care of this a little differently. So I went over to the section in the middle of the park where the cast members that are dressed in plaid are posting the times for the attractions and everything.
The information booth.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I spoke to one of the cast members there and I explained the situation. And the cast member there was super nice. She said, you know what, I totally understand. Popcorn is way better when it's fresh. And what they did was we surrendered our popcorn. We threw away the ones that we had, and they gave me a voucher for 2 brand new popcorns. she said basically what you said, VJ. She said, look, if you're buying from us, we want you to be happy. You're entitled to get something that you're going to enjoy. And popcorn is one of those things where if it gets too cold, it just doesn't taste good. So
Right.
hearing that from a cast member was very refreshing. I was very happy with that service. And so if you guys ever run into a situation like that at Disneyland, don't be afraid to ask. You know, I think, like I said, I come from growing up just thinking like, I don't want to waste food, I don't want to throw it away. But if you're at that point where you're paying your money for this product, just ask. Disneyland is very good about making good on the fact that you just gave them your money for a product. So public service announcement, if that ever happens to you, totally take advantage of that. And I don't mean take advantage of it. It's like eat half the popcorn and then be like, this tasted horrible, give me a new one.
Yeah,
no,
don't be
it's
that
got to be
guest.
like the whole thing. Right? Trade in the whole thing. If you don't like it, it only takes a few bites to know if you're going to like it or not. So,
Yeah, 2 bites. 2 bites
Yeah.
to rule.
yeah, like 2 bites. That's what we did. Like we ate a few kernels and we just thought, man, this is cold. So PSA, if you don't like it, send it back. They'll give you a brand new one. So there you go. That's my story about my unhappy food experience at Disneyland this weekend.
And he actually you got 2 for 1.
No, we bought 2.
Oh, you bought 2. I thought you
Yeah,
bought
we
1.
bought 2.
And then she
No,
gave
no.
you 2.
No,
Okay.
no, we bought 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
We bought 2 of them and she gave us 2 replacements when they popped the brand new popcorn.
That's so weird though that the original cast member said, "Oh, well, it's just going to be 10 minutes." Like just
Yeah.
kind of brushed you off.
I don't know if he knew that it was okay to give me new popcorn or for me to wait there.
That's what
Like-
they have training for. I'm pretty sure
Really?
he just didn't want to do it.
Well, whatever it was, we ended up getting new popcorn, so we were happy.
That's good.
Yeah, so
I'm glad.
there you go.
Finally stepping up and saying, "Excuse me, can
I know. I always feel bad, dude.
kids mad?"
I always feel bad. And the kids weren't even there. This was just like me eating popcorn. But here, you know what did it? What really did it, this is the reason why I did it, okay? If it was just me, I would have probably just been like, whatever, I'll just eat it like this. But the fact that we had this family visiting and Lynette's cousin had not had this popcorn since like in over a
2005.
decade, right? And we were talking about it, and all day I was talking about the popcorn and how Disneyland popcorn is the greatest, and it was so good, and it's like this and it's that. And then we ate it, and he was the first one to try it, and he's all like,
This is it.
it's like whatever. I was like, what do you mean it's like whatever? And so I tasted mine. I was
man.
like, oh, this is nasty, right? This is cold. Like this is not Disneyland popcorn.
He probably got that bite where you bite into the popcorn and it's stale and it has like that waxy, but it also makes your teeth like squeak because it's like the popcorn
yes.
is almost styrofoamy.
Yes.
You're like, and it's like,
Gross.
it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's really good, Hazen.
So, well, that was the thing. I think that's what put me over the edge, and that's why I did it, because I was like, no, you're not going to leave Disneyland with this popcorn experience.
That's
So
good.
we
That was-
went, made it good. He was happy.
Well, since you were there this weekend and we talked about the mobile ordering system that me and AJ tried last week, were you able to try it this time with your family from Arizona?
Yes, it was super easy, just like you guys explained it in the vlog. We were able to place our order for the Red Rose Tavern. It did allow to place multiple orders. We tried to pay separately with different cards. It was not an option. I think Lynette tried to do that, and she said it was not available, so you had to pay all on one card. I think when we got there, you just kind of check in, and within like 5 minutes, we had our food. Like they were traying it
cool.
up for us. Yeah, it was so fast, super easy. Yeah, I mean, I totally recommend this service. It really allowed us to not have to concentrate on standing in line and figuring out what we wanted. We
Right.
placed the entire order while we were in line for Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. And by the time that we walked over, we did the check-in process. We got our food within 5 minutes. And while Lynette was picking up the food, we were searching for where to sit, which is crucial, right? When you
Right.
have a party that large, crucial, especially in that area. The one thing that we weren't able to do that was not super simple was make modifications to an order. I didn't know what I wanted because I'm not a big fan of all the food that's at the Red Rose Tavern. I think the food's just kind of like, it's just okay there. But I'm sorry, but that's kind of how I feel. But what I
That
did
jalapeno
want,
chicken sandwich. Okay, anyway.
what I did want was the Beast Burger. When she asked me what I wanted, I said, get me just the regular 1/3 pound burger or whatever they have, right? It's just like the basic hamburger with the pommes frites and stuff. When she tried to check out, she saw that we got our AP discount. It was automatically applied, which was super cool. And I said, oh, well, can you get me the Beast Burger? But she had submitted the order already when I asked for it. So I was a little late asking for the modification. And the app does not allow you to modify the order. Even though they haven't started making it, you had to cancel the entire thing and start from scratch to place the modified order. For us, the only tweak to the process that I would like to see in the future is the ability to make modifications to an order, especially if they haven't started making it yet. I think that would be a really good feature. Maybe you want to add or subtract things from, like, let's say you get a burger, but you want to add cheese. Like, you would have to cancel the entire thing, and I think that kind of sucks. Other than that, it was super simple. I like it. If you guys have an annual pass and you guys have the Disneyland app, completely recommend the mobile ordering.
I've heard really good things about it too. I had a friend who tried it, and she said she got her food really fast. So this is awesome.
Yeah, I'm really digging it. And I'm glad that it's coming, that it's available now as we're getting into
Summer.
like the season where it's really packed in the parks, like for summer, because it's going to be really crucial to get your food quickly when you're out there in the humid, like, sticky heat. You hear that, Gavin? Summer's a-coming.
Brace yourself.
Brace yourself. We're gonna be standing in the park with those little fans and the spritzer bottles.
Yeah.
Until security takes it away because it's a weapon.
Oh, ooh.
There's blades on that, sir.
It'll
and a
cut ya.
motor. It's you're gonna have to bring this back to your car.
Excuse me. The fan blades are made of foam. Thank you very much.
What is that? A lightsaber? You're fine.
I know, right?
Monorail Red, guys. I think
It's finally here.
Imagineering heard our cries, and they said
Your cries.
They
cries.
did.
We weren't crying.
They did. And they said, well, Hazen, let me tell you how we're going to fix all this complaining that you're doing. We're going to slap more stickers on Monorail Red.
Yep.
They did take my idea, though. It looks like the aliens are riding in the monorail.
Totally.
That's
Totally.
true. Yeah.
It looks good, though. I mean,
Oh,
I
here we
didn't
go.
expect them to change it, right? I just thought, if they're listening, please, please, please have them change it. Please, please. But they had a plan. Why they delayed it so much is still kind of baffling to me. I mean, it doesn't take that long to put little green men on windows. I mean, they did it for Pizza Port in like a day.
Maybe they used all of them at Pizza Port and Pizza Planet, and they were like, "Oh, dude, these ones were supposed to go on the monorail." Oh. And then they had to send it to China. China had to make the vinyl stickers. I had to wait for it to come back. I'm just kidding.
Dope.
But
Maybe.
the timing of it is crazy, though.
I know.
Here we are talking about it, and then we see it, and we're like, oh, we got pranked because we don't see anything.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, a few weeks later, what? There was these ideas that came up, and all of a sudden, they're on the monorail. So
I want to chalk it up to the monorail was down. They needed a part or something. That's why
Maybe.
it took so long.
Refurbishment.
That sounds reasonable. I think so. Well, anyway, Monorail Red is back. If you guys didn't get a chance to see it, we posted it on our Instagram account. We had been tagged on somebody's post by at everythingdisney.55. So quick shout out to Sabrina who runs that account. And listener Desiree had tagged us on it, so we ended up reposting it on our account. I mean, it's stickers. I'm not going to complain about it. Like I said, I knew they weren't going to change it, but it is what it is. It looks good.
it works.
It looks
It
good.
works.
You know what? I think it looks fairly natural. I think that's why it doesn't bug me as much as the other ones, because like VJ said, having them ride inside was kind of cool, and I think that's why it doesn't bug me as much. But the other ones, like maybe the Nemo one seems a little natural too because of the coloring. I guess. I don't know. It's a flying turtle. Yeah, it's a flying turtle. We'll see. Since we're on Pixar Fest news, Edna Mode is coming to DCA, guys.
Yay!
Yay? Question mark.
Yay!
Exactly.
Until we see her in person.
So VJ, you kind of summed it up, like kind of how I felt when I saw the picture. I mean, tell us what you felt.
I felt like she would scare little kids. She's not tiny. I thought she was going to be a face character. I didn't think she was going to be Fairy Godmother from the Asian parks. Like, not as scary as that,
Or Jessica Rabbit.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, that'll haunt your dreams right there.
Seriously.
She looks like the Grinch wearing a Whoville mask.
Oh my god.
Cannot see. Wow.
I think we lost Hazen.
Oh my god. Oh my god, totally.
I think you're right, babe.
Yeah.
It's a T.
Right?
It looks so scary.
Like,
Oh
why
my
couldn't they
God.
made her a face character? I want to be able to talk to her. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe I was thinking about it. Maybe they thought that the person was just gonna say no capes all day long. So I mean, which is cool for
No.
me. But yeah, I don't
Wow.
Hazen again.
I'm sorry.
No, if they have, facilitating. Oh, Lord.
They just showed us a picture on their phone.
Oh, my God.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
That's funny.
he's crying.
I've never seen Hazen turn that shade of red before.
Right?
I'm sorry. Oh my god.
You need to do a side by side, yeah.
It's just reminiscent
God.
of it. It's not, it doesn't look exactly, but it's just very. No, it does. I mean, her hair looks like the hood that the Grinch wears.
Oh, dude, that is so much. Oh, that's such a better comparison than what was floating around in my head. Oh, and it wasn't until you flashed the phone and showed the comparison. Stop showing it to me.
They're the same.
Stop. Stop. I'm gonna have to pause. No. Oh, jeez. Okay. Calm
You're gonna have to post that on the.
Yes. Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
That's definitely going in the blog
composed.
post of episode 206.
Oh.
You okay?
Oh,
Hazen?
that was good. Oh, I totally didn't see it till you showed me the picture. Oh, my chest hurts, guys.
Oh,
Okay, I can do this. I'm in control. I can do this. Okay, shh. Stop.
Hazen's getting hot flashes right now.
Stop. A little bit. Oh, I need a fan, guys. Oh, jeez. That's a good comparison. She is kind of scary. I saw a post on Instagram of her standing next to people that had a chance to go to the media event. Mm-hmm. And she's so tall. And at first I just thought, oh, well, maybe the people taking photos with her are just super short. But they're not. I mean, I know a couple of the people that ended up going to that event, and they are about as tall as I am. So when I saw Edna standing right next to them, I just thought, this is not the Edna I want to meet.
Right?
So hopefully when we meet her in person, it'll be a different experience. You'll just kind of be in the moment, and you'll just kind of feel like, okay, well, cool, I'm meeting Edna Mode, right? But, oh, super scary.
Did you see the photo of it again?
I'm just sorry.
and we lost him.
Stop. Okay. I'm back. Okay. Oh, jeez. Whew. All right, I'm back. What else were we gonna talk about? I'm like so lost right now, guys.
Like you said, Hazen, she's too big. And what I heard from cast members when they were talking about the incredi-coaster, saying how we pass by her because she's babysitting Jack, and she's doing a horrible job. That's why everybody's trying to chase him. She's watching him because she's not tall enough to go on the attraction. But this Edna Mode could go on because she's so tall.
She's not tall enough.
Well, that was a story, and I love that.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Like you said, she's just so tall, and you're like, what are you doing? How'd you grow so much?
Yeah. There's a lot of potential if there was a face character.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Facilier. Facilier is amazing.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah.
But then I'm also thinking, would she come across like Mrs. Swan from Mad TV if she was a face character?
No.
Oh, I don't.
I mean, because she has the same haircut, right?
I think
But
it's in the attitude though, because
Oh my gosh. It would be hilarious if it was a face character because she could go after people who had capes and literally, like, target them. I would like to see that.
but would that be like in her character? Like, I feel that Edna is one of those characters that's just so, like she's so poised and so in control that, I don't think she'd be like she wouldn't be Cruella. Right? Like Cruella is one of
she'd be
those
sassy
characters
about
that
it.
will chase people and be like, "Oh, there's a rodent problem at Disneyland." You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I think... Oh, I'm trying. I think I said it wrong. But no, I meant, like, let's say if they came up to her or something or whatever, let's backtrack what I just said. So, you know how she's so honest, and she'll tell you, if you look like a hobo in that hobo suit.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can see that.
That kind of thing. I
That'd be
think that would have
funny.
been awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's her. She's
But
blood.
would you prefer to see something like that with her walking around the park, let's say like Cruella does, or would you want it to be in a meet and greet situation like when you meet T'Challa?
Meet and greet.
What about you
And then
guys?
she could read you.
That'd be a cool meet and greet, I think.
I think both would be cool, yeah. Oh my gosh, you're gonna die when you see what VJ is working on right now.
Oh no. Oh no.
Quick question, where is
Please
she
send it
meeting?
after. Please send it after. My chest hurts from laughing.
Where is Edna Mode meeting?
I
Like,
would
do we
assume-
know
I
the
would assume
location?
that, like right next to incredi-coaster. Or wait, the Incredibles meet in front of Ariel's ride, right? In front of where you watch World of Color. Are they still doing a character? Oh, you know what? She's probably gonna be. Never mind. She's probably gonna be meeting at Paradise
Garden
Garden
Grill?
Grill in that area
But
with
the
all
other
the Pixar
characters meet there too.
Well, I mean, she is part of Pixar, right?
So she's gonna trade out with Mike and Sully?
Nah.
Do you think maybe she'll come out
she's-
with Mr. and Mrs. Incredible?
They wouldn't do all three, I don't think.
I don't know. I mean, that's the only place I could think of. Unless it's gonna be in front of the incredi-coaster, which I don't think.
Yeah,
it
there's
would
like
be.
not enough space.
Go wait. When is she coming out?
Let's see. I thought that in the Disney Parks vlog they said the date that she was going to start appearing. So they're starting off with Edna at Walt Disney World at Magic Kingdom. And the day that Incredibles 2 releases, she's appearing at California Adventure.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So Edna's going to appear on
Cool.
both coasts.
That'll be cool.
Coast to coast.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they end up posting her. Because it looks like it will be a full-blown meet and greet. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Just seeing Edna as tall as me is going to be a bit of a shock. But
Yeah.
Are you gonna try to meet her though?
I
I
am.
will.
You're gonna
Yeah.
be a little
Yeah.
distant first and see how she is.
Well, I mean, if I stand far enough, I think she'll be short enough that we could do one of those perspective pictures, right? Where I'll be like standing right next to her and she'll be shorter than me, but then when I meet her, I'll just have to jump and you take the picture really fast. Just so that it looks like I'm taller. I know the funniest part about what I just said is that I said I would jump. I know. So, I mean, if you guys have seen the photos of Edna Mode coming to California Adventure this summer, let us know what your thoughts were, because it looks strange to say the least. But it's cool to have a new character, and it's cool to have Edna. The fact that the mouth doesn't look like it's going to move on the character is a little disappointing because, I mean, there's a sassiness to Edna Mode that I think is part of her charm, right?
Right.
And without her being to express that, it's a little hard to swallow that you're meeting Edna. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, I guess we'll revisit this conversation once she finally appears in the park. The last thing we wanted to quickly mention is the fact that tickets to Mickey's Halloween Party, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party at Walt Disney World, and Very Merry Christmas are going to be going on sale very, very soon. We're going to have the information in the blog post for the episode, so podketeers.com/206. Are you guys planning on going to any of the parties this year?
I want to go to Mickey's Halloween Party here at Disneyland. And then maybe, if depending on when we're going to go in November in Disney World, maybe we could catch the last one, the last Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party at Magic Kingdom.
Good job. You got it right.
Last year, weren't you guys able to do Not So Scary and then do Very Merry because you guys were there on overlapping dates?
We were there on overlapping dates, but we didn't do Very Merry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
We only did Not So Scary.
Gotcha.
On November 1st.
Okay. Well, there is one difference in the ticket pricing that happened this year, and that is, well, there's a couple differences. One is that the pass holder price is $95, but it's only $95 for 3 dates that are starting in September. After that, it goes up to $115 if you want to go on a Friday or any day after October 2nd. And if you don't have the discount, or as you get closer to Halloween night, starting October 19th, the ticket price goes up to $130 for the event. Do you think that we're seeing Disney start pushing prices the same way that they're trying to do for this Incredibles event at Pixar Pier, and they're trying to gauge what people will pay, kind of what we talked about before? Or is this just something that's coming with the time? You know, all prices for everything are changing, and it's just, you know, you're getting what you get for that price.
I want to say that times are changing and just the prices are just going up. I mean, to think about it, they've added a lot within the last few years. I think it's just to cover everything. I remember having to pay way less than that, but it didn't have so much entertainment or, you know, things to do. That's what I think it is. I don't think it's to see how high those of us would pay. It's kind of weird because it's not really a crowded event. So I don't think that would be a factor.
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned what they've added, because you guys started going to Mickey's Halloween Party like when it kind of first started here, right?
I did, in DCA.
What was the primary difference? I mean, they had the candy collecting, but they didn't have the parade and all that stuff, right?
Nothing. And there was no World of Color. No, they didn't have anything much. There was just, I want to say, a few meet and greets to see the characters, but that was by, I want to say Bugs Land is where they had it. And that's all I remember, and that was it.
So there's no fireworks show. There's no World of Color. What kind of candy were they giving away?
Gold candy bars.
Same candy?
Same candy.
Well, at least,
yeah.
I mean, they have good. I really enjoy the candy that they give out.
Yeah.
During the trick or treat trails. Was there so besides, there were no villains either? Like, who were the characters that you could meet?
I remember meeting Corella. I saw the evil stepmother. Gosh, I don't remember as many. But also, you didn't have the luxury of going to Disneyland before. That was different too. You only went straight to DCA.
So how much was this ticket? This sounds like it should have been $30 because there's not a lot going on.
I want to say it was 50.
I mean, it looks like prices just keep going up. And I mean, if they're going to add more stuff to it, like the parade last year, how we have the Headless Horseman and DCA, I mean, it's not part of the party, but there were so many decorations at DCA, and you could visit that first before going to the party. So maybe that ties in. But if they're offering a little bit more, I wouldn't mind. I don't mind paying the upgrade. But like Melissa said earlier too, I mean, prices are just go up for everything. Gas prices go up, Disney prices go up.
Oh
You know what I
gosh,
mean?
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because I think that was a correlation that I was going to make. That it just seems like ticket prices are directly related to the price of everything going up, right?
Right.
So
Right.
it does make sense. It's not a huge jump. I would like to personally see like meet and greets with like the hitchhiking ghosts, just because I think it would be cool to get that picture in New Orleans Square. But that's just me,
Right.
right? I'm a huge Mansion fan. Or like the
We
Cadaver
need
Dance.
Oogie. We need Oogie. That's what we need.
Ooh.
That'd be
Well,
really cool.
Just
Right now, Oogie's
please.
exclusive to Walt Disney
Disney
Walt
World.
World.
Disney World, yes. And they have the Sanderson sisters. Come on.
Oh,
That
yeah,
show
that
is
show.
amazing, by the way.
You
It's
guys have
so
that in
good.
a vlog too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have to
Oh,
post
wait.
that too.
We haven't posted it yet.
Wait,
We will.
We will have it in a vlog. It's
Oh, okay.
it's just
It's part of our lost vlogs.
It's backed up a little bit.
But I actually have been working on it though. We'll have it soon. It's only been a
Oh,
year,
okay.
but you know,
That's okay. I have
look
stuff
out
I
for it.
recorded 4 years ago. Talk about lost. Okay, so when that vlog is ready, we'll post it up in a blog post. And for whatever episode we end up talking about it in again.
Hopefully it's soon.
Yeah. By the time the next one comes up, it'll be fine. It works out. Oh, I don't want to see it. Oh, I just saw the mess. I don't want to see it yet. I already know that I'm going to start laughing uncontrollably. Oh, I saw you
Good job,
madly
BJ.
working on your phone.
Good job.
I saw you madly
Wow.
working on your phone, so I don't want to watch it yet. I'll see it after.
I saw Melissa's face as she saw it.
I can see.
okay.
I already know what it's gonna be.
You should just look.
No,
It's
not
so
yet, not
good.
yet. I want to be in
It's
control.
so good.
Because then my chest is gonna hurt more. So yeah, 115. It looks like it's gonna be the standard price if you don't get one of the first 3 nights, and it will be up to $130. I could tell you that this last time that we went, we came out with just about $100 worth of candy. So I mean, whether or not you're gonna go out and buy $100 worth of candy, at least go to Disneyland and enjoy the parade and all the other cool stuff that comes along with it. The evening runs from just about 6 p.m. through closing, so about 11 or midnight, depending on the day that you go. But it's a fun experience. Like, my kids loved it. I don't know if we're all going to go this year, but I know we had a lot of fun last year. And if you get a chance to at least do it once, I would recommend it. I know that we posted the Frightfully Fun Parade on the Podketeers YouTube channel, and if you haven't had a chance to see it, it looks like last year was the first time that they did it, you know, in that entirety, and then hopefully this year they end up adding more. But I'll post that in the blog post for the episode, and if you guys like it, again, totally recommend getting tickets. We'll include the link to Disneyland's website where you can get the ticket information if you're interested.
And don't be afraid if you're going to go solo, because I'm going solo.
Not as
Just-
solo.
just do it.
Just solo.
Just go, exactly. There you go. Not as solo. But yeah, party of one.
Like
the
a
cup.
red cup or a blue cup? I know. Lame joke. I know. Dad joke.
Dad joke alert.
All right, so I do want to talk about this Beauty and the Beast at the Hollywood Bowl thing. As you guys know, Beauty and the Beast is very near and dear to my heart, and whenever they do these types of events, I always wish that I can go. I haven't had a chance to go to many of them. AJ had a chance to go this weekend, but one of our fairy godparents, Albert, had a chance to head out, and he sent us a quick recap of the show. So I'm going to go ahead and play that for you guys right now.
Hey guys, this is Albert, proud FGP Squad member, and I had the distinct pleasure of being able to see the live Beauty and the Beast at the Hollywood Bowl the other night. I went on Friday night, which was the first night, and the night started off with American Idol winner Maddie Poppy singing her favorite Disney song. She performed it on the American Idol Disney night also, and the song was Bare Necessities. That was really great. Following that, Dee Capella came out and sang some songs. Now, Decapella is the official Disney a cappella group. They're put together by one of the guys that worked on Pitch Perfect, and he put together this 7-part group with, various ranges and vocal styles. First, they sang The World Es Mi Familia, and then they followed that one by Never Had a Friend Like Me and How Far I'll Go by Moana. Then they did a short medley of A Whole New World and Part of Your World. Followed that by I Want to Be Like You. And then it was really amazing. They did the theme song to The Incredibles called Glory Days. And they finished out their short set with the Fall Out Boy song from Big Hero 6, Immortals. And that was absolutely amazing. If you guys get a chance, check them out on YouTube. It's really great. And then before the show started again, they had Emily Bear. She's a pianist. And she sang, or she didn't sing, but she played on the piano the Disney classic Bumble Boogie. Once the show finally started, the production did something really amazing. They projected a screen on the Hollywood Bowl itself. So the Hollywood Bowl was also part of the scenery of the movie. And it began with an Art Deco facade that quickly transformed into the little town that Belle strolls through. During the first song, Belle, and then later on in the movie, it would transform into the Beast Castle or the fireplace, and later on when they're using the magic mirror, the entire Hollywood Bowl lit up with this looked like green magical power with electricity running through it, and it was absolutely amazing. The stars of the show were really good, but they weren't the highlights of the show. Zooey Deschanel she did a good job as Belle, although she did kind of mess up and forgot some of the lines in the scene where Gaston proposes to her. And then I felt like there were some songs that were the highlight of the show, but then they were quickly replaced by another song as being the highlight of the show. The first song that absolutely killed was Be Our Guest, sung by Kelsey Grammer and Jane Krakowski, and they were amazing, and they absolutely killed. And then after the intermission, they came out and they actually did something a little bit different. They brought out Marissa Jarrett Winokur. She was a Broadway singer and actress from Hairspray, and she sang a song that was cut from the movie when all the she sang the wardrobe, the perspective of the wardrobe, but the song was about becoming alive again. And then after that, Anthony Evans came out singing as the Beast. He was absolutely amazing, and everyone just loved it. Everyone went crazy. At the end of the show, after it was all over, Alan Menken came out and he played a couple songs, and he dedicated it to Howard Ashman, his writing partner. Overall, it was just an amazing experience, and I highly recommend it. If anyone gets a chance to do one of these shows again, absolutely, you should do it. It's worth the money, especially now that I feel like they're upping the game and adding to it and making it more amazing. So the next time this happens, I'm definitely going to be there. Hopefully, you will be too.
So I want to quickly thank our fairy godparent Albert for sending that quick recap of the show at the Hollywood Bowl. Again, if you guys have an opportunity to head out to any of these events or a special event at the parks, just record a quick memo using the voice recorder app on your cell phone and then email it to comments@podketeers.com for a chance to be featured on an upcoming episode. AJ, I want to hear your thoughts on this show because I do have a couple of questions about one of the performers that evening. But before we get into it, you guys heard Albert's thoughts. Now I want to hear your thoughts on it.
So first of all, I thought Albert did a really great job in explaining the show and doing his recap. So it's going to be a tough act to follow here. So I went on Saturday night and it was so much fun. I will say we did miss the first 20 minutes. So when D Capella was performing, we could hear him. The rest of our group it was girls' night. So the rest of our group, they were already sitting down and we were already comfy, but we were like, let's get popcorn. It took 50 minutes to get popcorn.
5-0?
Yes. So we were
Whoa.
waiting in this line for popcorn, and we can hear everyone starting to clap, and I was like, no, it's starting. And then what do you know? We finally get up to the front to get popcorn,
No.
and they ran out.
Oh, man.
No.
And they were like, it's going to be another 10 to 15 minutes. But we do have this small popcorn, and this little girl behind us was fully decked out in her yellow bell dress. And she was there for popcorn too. So my cousin, she bought the small one and gave it to the little girl. And we were like so fed up after that. We're just like, let's just go back to our seats so we went back with no popcorn. Anyway, that's just a long way of saying we missed the first like 20 or 30 minutes. So I was a little sad about that. So we could hear everyone cheering and stuff. But the rest that we saw was really awesome. And we had great seats. I thought the best performance was Anthony Evans as Beast. When he sang Evermore, it was amazing. I wasn't even filming. I was just trying to be in the moment, like Hazen mentioned earlier. It's so easy to just get so caught up in social media and filming, and, you know, VJ and I, we vlog everything. And so I didn't film it, but I was able to enjoy it, and it was the best. Gave me chills. So good. I mean, I think everyone did a really great job. The only one that I was kind of like iffy, because I felt like she went flat a couple of times, was Zoe as Belle. And I loved Taye Diggs. He was Gaston. Perfect. And Rebel Wilson was LeFou. It was so hilarious. She wore this like LeFou brunette wig. It was so funny.
That's funny.
And, you know, it's Rebel Wilson. Of course, she's going to add her own funniness to the character. And let's see, Jane Krakowski was Mrs. Potts. I really loved her as
cool.
Mrs. Potts. Super sweet, very believable. And I loved her
Wow.
white dress that she was wearing. Side note. Kelsey Grammer as Lumiere actually really worked. I really enjoyed it. And it was just so good. I wish BJ was there.
Yeah, me too. I wish I was there too.
Oh, me three. I wish I was there too.
Hollywood Bowl events are just so much fun. It's an open air theater, and if you've never been, you got to go to one at least once in your life. It's an experience. So yeah.
I remember
it's a lot
my
of fun.
brother had told me that when he went to the Little Mermaid one. He told me, you know, the next one that they do, you have to try to make it out because, like you said, it's just one of those amazing experiences, right? And the acoustics in that venue are so good for this type of event that it's just made for it, right?
I forgot. And Alan Menken performed. Like Albert said, at the end, Alan Menken performed, and it was the best thing ever. It's such a pleasure always to see him, and it was just so good. I wasn't expecting that, so I was very pleasantly surprised that he came out and did a couple of songs.
What did he end up
That's
singing?
awesome.
He sang, I think, is it Evermore and Be Our Guest? Beauty and the Beast, I think.
Did he go through the
Of them?
entire song, or did he do it like he did at D23, where he'd kind of play a little bit and
Yeah.
talk about it, play a little bit, talk about it?
Yeah, it was a little reminiscent of that.
Okay.
So
I like that
Still cool, though.
performance.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
definitely.
I like that.
And just
Super
hearing
cool.
him talk, just Disney legend, right before, because I didn't know that they were going to bring him out. And before he came out, there was this announcer and she started talking. I was like, oh, it's Alan Menken. And I already started like clapping before they even actually said his name. And I'm pretty sure the people next to me were like, what is she doing? I don't think they even knew who it was. I'm like, oh yes, it's Alan Menken, it's Alan Menken. Because she started saying things like he did Hercules and Little Mermaid and La La La. And I was like, yes, it's coming, he's coming.
That's
So it was really
awesome.
good. Yeah.
I can imagine the energy of anybody that was like you, that knew, like that felt from the description that he was on his way out. Ugh, the tingly feelings, the feels.
The feels.
So I'm glad you mentioned what you said about Zoe Deschanel, because that was actually going to be my question to you. Zoe Deschanel, to me, has a very distinct voice. I like what she does with She and Him. I think she has a very classic voice, like old-timey. You know, there's a sense to it, like from the 40s era, like the 30s maybe.
Yeah.
But when she speaks, she has this crazy Valley Girl accent. And so there are times where she does projects like this where that comes through. And when Emma Watson was announced as Belle for the live action Beauty and the Beast, I was a little concerned because I knew that Emma Watson didn't have any Broadway training, or she wasn't like a classically trained voice artist, right? And when I finally heard the singing, yes, I know that they did the auto-tune and all that stuff. I mean, it happens for any artist these days, for these types of films and stuff that aren't classically trained for singing. But Paige O'Hara does such an amazing job with Belle, who is classically trained. It was a bit of a suspension for me to hear Emma Watson singing that because it was so iconic hearing the original version of it. Did you feel that it took you a while to get used to hearing Zooey Deschanel and like the way that she inflects certain things while singing?
I think so. I think I was expecting more emotion, if that makes sense. Like Zoe, I think the way she shows her emotions is different than other people. Does that make sense? I feel like sometimes she's very like dry and like she doesn't really move her lips when she talks. Yeah. You know what I mean? I wanted more emotion from her.
Yeah.
So it did take
on
me.
New Girl. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I've seen a couple of episodes and I couldn't really get into it. Honestly.
Yeah, I feel like that would be my biggest issue. Like she doesn't emote well enough, and I didn't see the performance, and I know exactly how you feel about it. Because just knowing her performance style, I don't know if that was the best choice for Belle.
Yeah. Who would you have picked?
That's a great question. I don't know who would have sang it well enough.
Demi Lovato.
It would have been a step up, I think.
Shade.
I don't know. That's I'd have to think about it. That's a good question. I think on the spot I can't answer it.
She did a good enough job. It wasn't fully there for me.
Fair enough.
I don't know. But Anthony Evans, yes, as Beast, so good. Oh.
Would you say that was like the performance of the evening for you? Because Albert said Be Our Guest, I think, was the one that kind of lit it up for the group that he was watching with. Mm-hmm. Would you say that one was the best one for the evening?
I think so. I think it's the one that had the most applause too.
Oh, okay.
Because he hit a note and he kept singing. It was just all
Did
the
you cry?
clapping. I didn't cry, no, but I got the chills.
Chills is good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't because of the weather.
No, it wasn't.
I think anytime an artist can make you feel like that, you know that they're singing from a place where they themselves are feeling it, right? And that's half the battle to that.
Especially when they connect to the song, definitely.
Yeah, sweet.
Mm-hmm. So, and then at one point he was like, at the end of Evermore, he put his arm up like, it's like strong, like. I don't know how would you describe this?
That's perfect. You had your fist in the air.
Yeah, like he put his arms up, or his arm up, and he just hit that last note, and he just stood there, and he just looked so proud, like he hit all the notes, and then he put it down. He like was very humble, and he walked away, and he did a little hi, like wave, like a thank you wave. I was like, oh, so cute.
That's cool.
He's like, I know I did good, but thank you, thank you.
That's awesome. Did they mention if any of the cast of the live action or any of the original Disney version were there?
Like voice actors and stuff?
Yeah, like the original cast members. Because I think when they did the Ariel one, some of the original voice actors from the animated version were at those shows.
I remember Samuel Wright was there.
Yeah.
That I know of, there weren't any of the actors. But at the end, when Alan Menken was doing his thing, he said to the orchestra, the live orchestra that was there, for anyone who actually worked on the movie to stand up, and there was quite a few of them.
Oh, okay.
So that was really cool.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Well, I know Albert totally recommended going to something like this. Where do you stand on it?
Oh, yeah. It was a lot of fun. I mean, just a bunch of Disney fans. And seeing it, and it had been a while since I had seen Beauty and the Beast all in one sitting, I would say. I was like, oh, I don't remember that part. So it was good to catch up with that movie. And I'm sure they're going to do another one. My guess is Aladdin, and we got to go.
Oh, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wouldn't that be cool?
I wonder if we can do like a group
That-
one. Can we get a
that
group
would be
rate?
fun.
Do a Podketeers Day at the Bowl.
Yeah, because this is the second year. They did Little
Yeah.
Mermaid last year, and then Beauty and the Beast this year. So Aladdin would be the next one in the Disney Renaissance. Just saying.
Or Lion King.
Oh, if
Well, I guess Aladdin and Lion King are both on
That's
Broadway.
true.
So
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know.
you're right.
But the Lion King has been around longer on Broadway.
yeah. I mean, Little Mermaid was out on Broadway too. So
Not as long though as the Lion King.
I wouldn't mind seeing
hopefully
Aladdin.
it would be Aladdin. That'd be dope.
That'd be
Aladdin
really
would be
cool.
fun.
Yeah. All right.
Does
If
that
it
mean Lea
happens,
Salon's gonna be there.
yes. Disney legend
Well,
Lea
Paige O'Hara
Salonga.
wasn't there, so
But what's her Jodie Benson was at the Little Mermaid one. So
Yeah.
maybe if she's available.
Oh, did you leave before she came on stage like my brother did?
Oh, I remember hearing that. Poor thing.
no, I don't think so.
I told her, I texted her, I'm like, stay till the very end. There might be an Easter egg. There's a
It's like
spoiler.
Marvel. Stay till the end.
We did have to leave though because we had to be at our bus within 25 minutes after the show ended. And so
But technically, it doesn't end until.
okay, you tell that to the bus driver. When we're stranded in Hollywood, it's fine.
Don't.
That's what Uber's for.
Well, I think some of us have cars large enough that will be able to carry all of us where we can just park at the Hollywood Bowl and then we can all just carpool. I think we'll be fine. I mean, some people might have to sit on each other's laps, but I think everybody's fine with each other, so we'll
Shotgun.
be cool. Yeah.
I'll roll in the trunk. It's all good.
We'll figure it out. I mean, we're going to have Gavin and Charlie out here to try to squeeze into the car too, so we'll figure it out. We'll be fine.
You know who usually plays at the bowl?
Huh.
John Williams.
Oh, he does a Star Wars night
Yes.
a lot, right?
He does that, Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones. But of course, Star Wars is the last thing, and it looks amazing.
Didn't he do
That
a
would be a
Harry
fun
Potter
one.
night too?
I believe so.
That's awesome.
I believe they did.
At Hollywood Bowl?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah.
I had another question for AJ, and Albert mentioned it. The projections they have on the stage and everything. Like, were there lasers? Besides the projections, what was like the coolest effect that you saw? Did it enhance or did it take away from the performances?
No, I thought it enhanced it. It made you more inside the story. I felt like
Immersed.
immersed. Yes.
There you go.
Yes, you're immersed in the story. And I really liked when I think it was they were showing Belle's house and like in the movie, and then the projections were showing, you know, when you see the grass like swaying in the wind and the little what are those like the dandelions?
Yeah.
Those were like swaying in the wind. That was really pretty. And then when they were in Gaston's, they put projections of
The
an animal.
decorations?
Yeah, the decorations or animal like
That's
on,
cool.
on top. Yeah, the antlers.
that's
That was
cool.
cool. I think I have a picture or video of that.
Do you think that part of the reason you felt immersed was because of where you were sitting? Like, do you think that if you were farther off on the sides or in the back, you would have felt the same?
I don't know. Yeah, I would think I would have felt less connected if I was farther away. Because
Oh,
we were
okay.
pretty close to the big screens, and I think we had good seats. And I saw some people had seats way back there, and they had to like make a hike to get up to their seats. So we were really lucky with ours.
Yeah, I want to see one of those shows so badly. Like, I keep hearing you guys talk about it, and I just think, okay, we got to do this. We got to do this. And then something always comes up. But next year, we're hoping for Aladdin, right? Aladdin? Crossing our fingers.
Yep.
So if Aladdin
2019.
happens, Podketeers night out at the bowl.
Yeah.
And if it happens, any listeners that want to join us will be happy to hang out with you guys at the Hollywood Bowl that evening.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
I wonder
And we
how
won't
fast
even worry about popcorn. We'll just go to without popcorn.
I wonder how fast those tickets sell out.
That's a good question. I wonder if it's something like what the Pantages does, where if you're on a list, they give you a first shot at the tickets, and then whatever doesn't sell, they distribute to the mass audiences.
Maybe.
a good question.
We should, one of us should definitely get on that list then.
Yeah, start investigating now so that we have the opportunity, right? Mm-hmm. All right, well, looking forward to whichever one comes next. If you guys have a chance, again, like we talked about earlier, if you guys have a chance to attend any of these special events, whether it's outside the park or in the parks, and you guys want to tell us about it, just record a quick voice memo on your phone. Again, just email it to comments@podketeers.com. We'd love to hear your thoughts on it. All right, guys, I think that is going to wrap it up for this episode. Any final thoughts or any comments on anything that we talked about or anything you wanted to bring up before we close up?
You guys made me hungry.
I guess it's time for food.
It's time for food. All right, guys, before we close up, I just want to remind you that Podketeers is brought to you by listeners just like you. We like to call those listeners our Fairy Godparents, but they like to call themselves the FGP Squad. And do you guys hear that? We just gained a brand new Fairy Godparents, so thank you very much to Latasha for signing up through our link on Patreon. If you guys want more information, you guys can do the same by going to podketeers.com/FGP. And if you sign up for a contribution of at least $5 a month, you also get the exclusive Fairy Godparent button as a thank you for your support. We're working on doing more exclusive content for our Fairy Godparents. Occasionally, we'll post extra content from episodes that are just too long. We'll post some extra stuff for our Fairy Godparents. We'll also do special episodes like our talk on Black Panther, a couple of things that we did for the holidays, and more stuff like that is coming for our Fairy Godparents. So to everyone that's already signed up, and if you're thinking about it, now's the time to make the leap. We just want to say thank you.
Yay!
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Welcome to the FGP family.
Another great way to help us out is if you shop on Amazon. When you place your next order, if you start that journey by going to podketeers.com/Amazon, you'll see a large Amazon button that's really just way too big for that page. And we did that so that you couldn't miss it. Like, you can't go to the page and be like, where's the Amazon button? So you click on it, you go to Amazon using our special link, and we get a small commission from Amazon as a thank you when you make that next purchase because you went through our special link. And to every one of you that is currently doing that, thank you for taking the extra few seconds to go through our link and click through. It definitely helps us out at the end of the month. So again, thank you guys for your support. If you guys are trying to find any of us online, the best way to find all of our social links is to go to podketeers.com/team. There you will find links to all of our personal social links, including our favorite Disney characters. Head on over there and see if any of us match up to any of your favorite Disney characters, and leave us a comment on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. Just like I mentioned earlier, if you guys are not subscribed to the YouTube channels, youtube.com/Podketeers and youtube.com/Disney42. Once you hit that subscribe button, make sure that you ring that little bell icon for notifications whenever new videos are posted, because that's just the way YouTube likes to handle stuff. Hey, YouTube, I'm subscribed to these channels. Will you tell me when things get posted? Nope. But I'll tell you if you ring this bell. So that's what you should do. You should ring the little bell icon. So that's it. That's going to wrap up this episode. I'm excited for Gavin coming out, guys. I know
Me
he's not here right now, but I'm so
too.
happy that he's finally moving out here.
It's happening.
We miss you, buddy.
He's gonna be my neighbor. Yay!
Something like that. Yeah, he's gonna be
Something
very close.
like that, but still.
Yeah, we're all gonna have to go get Joe's Italian ice cream shaved ice thingy with the stuff on top, with the toppings and junk. Not really junk, but stuff. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. You know
Good
what I'm talking
stuff.
about. It's good stuff.
And then get some mango sticky rice after that.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Yeah. I'm just gonna order my own though. AJ, you won't have to share this one.
Starving.
I'll just get my own. So until next week, Here is to beers, cheers, and Mickey ears. Have a fantastic week, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Ta-ta for now.